Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Subnautica. Last time we built some more things, we went around, did some wreck diving, and today we're going to build just a couple more things, and then I think we are ready to head out on our adventure. So, let's begin by grabbing some of the things I've set aside, like so, and we are going to build ourselves a reinforced dive suit, because that will come in handy. The biggest use that this has is increasing our thermal resistance very, very high. Not like through the roof and like where heat can't hurt us, but very, very high. So we can officially take off the radiation suit and we are done with that pretty much for the rest of the game. So that is one thing that we're going to do. I should mention I crafted 2 purple tablets because we're going to need these. And we're going to need these for later. And in fact, you know what? Let me grab... I might go ahead and make a third real quick, just in case. So, now I can actually show you how to make them. 1 ion cube and 2 diamonds. Down here in equipment, all the way at the bottom, purple tablet. I should point out, by the way, you can also make an orange tablet with an ion cube and 2 nickel, but we shouldn't need more than 1 orange tablet, which we already used to get into the little like research base down in the Lost River. We shouldn't need another orange tablet for anything else I can think of off the top of my head. So, that blueprint is basically just in case you lose track of where you put your other one. Next thing, we're going to grab all this stuff because I've decided, why the heck not? Let's go ahead and build a shield generator and the sonar upgrade. Just, I don't know, because why not? Why not, right? Might as well. So, we're going to head over here to the Cyclops upgrade fabricate hall. Uh-oh. Lag. Whoop, we're good. Shield generator. And sonar upgrade. There we go. Now, let's head over here. And let's slot that in there and that in there. Did we make a depth module? We made a depth module, didn't we? Where the heck did I put it? Where did I put it? I could have sworn that we made a Cyclops depth module. Did we not? We made it and upgraded it, didn't we? Where did I put that?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's stick it in here? Ah, there it is. Oh, and speaking of being in here, we're going to grab this stuff and that and that. And there's the depth module. I want to keep the ion cubes on hand in the Cyclops, just in case we need them for anything else. We should be able to find more ion cubes as we're going down, but just so that I know I have them, there we go. And in fact, I'm going to put them, in order to stay organized here, I'm actually going to keep them over here. This will be the extra gear, and that one will be things I plan on crafting later once I have kyanite. I've already got the prawn suit Ruby docked. I almost forgot the name, but I remembered. Oops, I need to go to this side, plug in the upgrades. We have 6 power cells in here. And we are going to slot in the depth module. We already have engine efficiency, which is great. And now I can't help but be curious at what this costs. 3 titanium, 2 lithium, and an aerogel. That is easy. Let's go ahead and build that real quick. And then we're also going to build a few decoys for ourselves. I suppose we'll build 6 decoys. Oh wait, I need one of the gel sacks out here. Let me smack it with a knife, then pick it up, then plant the seed. There we go. I need 2 lithium, 3 titanium. Ooh, almost out of lithium. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 for something else. Then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We're going to need some wiring kits for the decoys, which also require 3 titanium, as you can see. You can deploy these by hand. You just put them on your hotbar and then drop them the same way you would with like metal salvage, and they'll act as a decoy. You can also launch them from the Cyclops, which is useful. Now, so we have the 3 titanium, 2 lithium, and the aerogel. That was the other thing. I knew I was forgetting something. I did also go and make another titanium run just in case. I felt like we were getting a little too low on titanium for comfort, so I went out and got some more. Like another 10 metal salvage worth. Okay, so, whoops, get out. We have, I think we're good. Now, the extra 2 titanium that I grabbed are for something else that is, well, pretty much vital. Can't really live without it, if you know me at all. And that involves the habitat builder. We are going to build ourselves a coffee vending machine. Oh yeah! What submarine would be complete?
You look like you could use some coffee.
I can use some coffee, thank you. So that's going to take a second to brew and make some coffee for us. In the meantime, I've also started a marble melon farm inside here, so let's indulge in some marble melons, shall we? And there we go. And I'm going to have a blank spot worth of 4, but whatever. Oh, there's my coffee. Alright, it's supposed to give me 2, but I guess my inventory was full, so it didn't. But, oh well. Coffee, funny enough, is actually worth 4 water, which is odd, because coffee actually dehydrates you, but whatever. I'll overlook that. Let's stick in one of the decoys here. Let's go build our decoy tube upgrade. I could build fire suppression, but I don't plan on catching on fire, and if I do, you know me, I always have a fire extinguisher in my inventory, and there is actually one right there too, if we really need it. So, there, wait for it, there's the decoy tube upgrade. We have 1 slot left, that will be for the thermal reactor, of course, and now we can stick 5 decoys in here. Now, as an extra decoy, I think we'll go put it down in the gear locker that we have down there. And I know that there's a radio message. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's put that in there. Okay. I think we are ready to go. Let's listen to the radio message here.
This is Life Pod 2, coordinates attached. We're way past our safe depth and bleeding O2. We'll have to swim for the surface, but it's 500 meters straight up. We'll make for the rendezvous and keep you posted. Out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
And that is Life Pod 2, just out front of the Lost River entrance that we actually found on our own a little bit ago. So, we have our prawn suit here. It has a depth module, a jump jet upgrade, a grappling arm, and a drill arm. Those are not permanent, by the way. You can swap those out whenever you want. That's probably pretty obvious, but I figured I'd mention that. And I just thought of something else I would like to grab, just because I'm thinking about it. Let's go in here. And let's actually grab the storage module off of the Seamoth, and we'll bring that with us and stick that in the prawn suit, because, I don't know, why not? Another thing, since I'm standing here, always good to have extra water. Whoopsies. Extra wowda. There we go. Let's put the salt in. Whoops. Oh, batteries. Hey, that's another thing. I forgot I put some batteries on the charger. And let's, whoopsies, let's grab those. Most of those will probably leave in the Cyclops, just hanging out. You know what? I'm gonna do something I have not done before. You know what? Nah, never mind. It won't matter. I was gonna bring a power cell charger and put it on the Cyclops, since we will be having the thermal reactor module, but if I need to charge power cells, I can actually stick them in the prawn suit, then just let the prawn suit charge inside the Cyclops, which will be charging as well. So, yeah, everything will be fine. Okay, I think we are ready to begin this journey. Now, I know that there is a lot of stuff we have not done yet, and I know we're kind of heading towards, I don't want to say the finale of the game, because not yet, but we're heading to a really significant point of the game. And I know there's plenty we have not done and tested and played around with yet. Don't worry, I plan on showing off as much as I can, and I will take some time, you know, away from trying to beat the game, just to go and explore. Find some wrecks we haven't found yet. Maybe look for Life Pod 7, I think, is over by the Crag Fields. That should actually be pretty easy to find. And test out things like the scanner room, the light stick, because I still have never crafted a light stick or seen one used, the grav ball, a trap thing, you know, all that stuff. I do want to be able to, you know, at least show off that kind of stuff to a minor degree. At least once. I want to have that stuff in the series, so, you know, don't worry, I do plan on showing that stuff eventually, but I am very excited to get down into this part of the game, because this is my favorite part, is making this journey. This is always really, really fun for me. Now, my beacon name didn't stick. I know we named it LR Entrance, I know that. I remember that because I misspelled it and I had to retype it. That sticks in my mind for some reason. But the name didn't stick. Anyways, it's the only beacon we have. It's right in front of Life Pod 2. I can figure out, well, gee, it's probably the Lost River beacon that I made before. Now, one thing that I find interesting, there is a hole straight down that is just barely big enough for the Cyclops, lengthwise, that actually can take you straight down to the entrance, but it's pretty tight. It's not the ideal way, I guess, to get down there, but it works if you can find the hole and get in it successfully. It's a very direct way down, but it's a pretty tight fit. I mean, you're talking a few inches of clearance on the front and back of your Cyclops if you line it up right. So I don't know if we'll bother, or if I even find the hole at all. I don't know. If we don't even find the hole, then I'm really not worried about it, because going in, you know, at a level depth is just as good. So yeah. What I did one time was I actually put I found the perfect angle to get the Cyclops in that hole from. I went straight up to the surface. I put a beacon right in front of the Cyclops window, so that I always knew if I parked my Cyclops facing that beacon the same way every time, I could always just hold the button to go straight down and end up in the right place. That was a lot more effort than I needed to put in, though. There's the hole in question right there. And it's pretty tight, but... oh, what? Ghost Leviathan? No, I saw him for a second over there, but I guess he's not going to try and give chase. So screw camera is very useful for this. You get this little spot here. Now, it's not over yet, because you got the other tight hole here. That can be difficult. Oh, someone mentioned, Anthony Dale mentioned the usefulness of the sonar for seeing in dark places without having your lights on to attract predators. This is true, though personally, I've never had that much trouble seeing down here. So that's just me. I've never had a real issue seeing, even without lights. And as far as I can tell from gameplay experience, the lights don't seem to really be a huge attractant for the predators. I don't think. I mean, I've never thought, oh man, he saw my lights and came after me. I don't know. They just seem to kind of come after you whenever they darn well please. So that's just me in my opinion, but sonar is still useful. In fact, let's test the sonar here, so in case you want to know what it looks like. There you go. Gives you a pretty nice view of everything. Does take some power to do it while it's running. But it is useful. Now, the shield generator, you cannot leave on for too long. I think it has, well, I don't remember, honestly. We'll probably have to use it at one point or another. But as far as I remember, from the limited use I had, it was, you'd activate it, it'd stay on for a few seconds, and then it'd have a long cooldown, because they don't want you to just be invincible. That'd be too easy now, wouldn't it? But heading through the Lost River, this is a route I've taken many, many times. And so if I get lost, it'll be pretty embarrassing, because I've just made the bold claim that I know where I'm going. But I'm pretty sure I've got it. It's a pretty linear path. I mean, for the Lost River, anyways, for this part of the journey, I'd say it's pretty hard to get truly lost. Like, to get lost for more than 10 minutes is pretty hard. I think, anyways, it's pretty straightforward, especially if you're using all of your, markers as points of reference. You'll know which way is where. And if you're in the Cyclops, you have a compass. And maybe if you're not in the Cyclops, you also have a compass, because you could have made one. So this is another spot where it's like you can just barely squeeze through. But if you do it right, everything just barely fits. A little bit of contact, never hurt anyone here. So I can go ahead and turn on the lights too, so I can see a little bit better where the wall is. And there we go, we're in. This is what I call stage 2 of the Lost River. You start getting into the deep, dark places, and there's like 4 paths. You get to this central room with, wait for it, And yet another giant skeleton. And there's a few paths to take. Now, if you go that way, over there, you'll get back to the Deep Grand Reef where we found the other Degassi base. And if you go to the left here, this is really where you want to be going for the story plot. And if you go the other way, which is now behind us, 180 degrees behind us, we will be able to progress further down, which we'll get to in a minute. But first of all, we see some alien structures here, and we want to go this way. These little rays here are totally harmless. They're much like the jelly rays up in the mushroom forest. I think they're called ghost rays, if I remember correctly. But the little bone shark looking guys that aren't actually bone sharks, I forget what they're called, they don't like you. So they are something to look out for.
Structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor.
You mean half of the alien structure that I can barely see? There it is. It's actually quite big. Yeah. So looks a little broken. That's because it is. It's seen better days. There's a warper down to my left, to the port side there. Now if you come around this way, this is basically a really big room that only has one way in and one way out. So there's not a ton to see in here. The main attraction is, in the middle of the room. It's, for all intents and purposes, literally the elephant in the room. Except it's not actually an elephant, but you get the analogy. Oh, hello! I forgot that I closed that. I didn't need to close that. But let's go ahead and grab the prawn suit with its grappling arm and its upgraded thrusters, and there is the way in right there. Now I wonder, with the upgraded thrusters, oh yeah, who needs the grappling arm when you have upgraded thrusters? You kind of have, you don't have to make the choice between one or the other, but either one will do you well.
Are substantially reinforced, indicating the designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Whatever their intention, it clearly failed. Detecting an alien broadcast, linguistic analysis reads, "Caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within."
And we have some specimen research data.
UPDA data.
So this is the disease research facility here, which we had heard about in at least one other PDA before this. And now you can bring the Cyclops through all this, but I don't really see much of a reason to, other than maybe using it as an oxygen anchor if you don't have a good oxygen tank, but we have a plenty good enough oxygen tank for our purposes. Now let me grab my scanner and put the Sea Glide back and put the knife back, and we'll put the repair tool back. There we go. Scanner, just organizing the hotbar down there a little bit. Rib cage samples. There we go. You can pause and read if you like, as usual. And there's this egg here in the middle. Whoops, a little hard to get a scan on. There we go. Sea dragon egg. That's pretty cool. And then there's a whole bunch of ray specimens here of various types. Da-da-da-da-da. And I think, isn't there another display with some more of them? No, those are other ones. These little guys down here, we'll be seeing more of them later, and they suck. Literally and metaphorically. You'll see what I mean. Let's get back. I suppose we'll bring the prawn in a little bit closer, since I took some time to read PDAs. But you can see, whoa, more of these amoeboid things. And if you have the sea moth down here, you can actually get the sea moth through this hole and continue with the sea moth. Since we're still above 900 meters. Damage report, eh? Okay then. Leviathan detected at facility perimeter, closing at high speed. Oh. Interesting. Oh, hello. Giant skeleton. There's a whole bunch of these giant fish skeletons here. Remains of a research specimen. It's like a giant sand shark or something. And if we keep going this way, this is where some interesting stuff.
Biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study.
You find out some interesting stuff in this room, so let's go ahead and grab this.
To the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution: detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
Let's give ourselves another self-scan here.
Complete. Bacterial infection has spread to the skin and pulmonary system. Medical report recorded to databank. It is imperative you find a way to neutralize the infection.
Uh-oh. Oh god, what's happening? Ah, the green spots! The green spots that we've been seeing on all the fish. So that's what the Kara is, and that is the bacterium that is killing us. Now you've also got some warper parts, and yes, this is the warper. It is actually a construct made by the aliens. Self-warping quarantine enforcer unit. So I'll go ahead and scroll through this for you guys here. So that's pretty interesting. Now if we head up here, we have that bacterial infection report with a picture of my green covered hands. And then let's see, pull that away. Data downloads, alien data. Oh, yep. Scan data. There's one new thing in here somewhere. Oh, the warper parts. And then the terminal data. Ah, the Kara contagion profile. 143 billion deaths. That's pretty insane. So this is what the aliens were working on the planet here. They were trying to find a way, oh hello, to neutralize this bacteria that is like killing pretty much everything. And that's what the point of this facility was before it was, well, seemingly destroyed by a Leviathan-class predator, according to that one PDA. Now, there's a reason I didn't scan the giant skeleton that we saw in the middle of that big room before. We'll go back and scan that now, and it'll make more sense why it's sitting there. It'll make a lot more sense. Also, keep in mind keep in mind the egg that we found in there, because that has significance too. So I won't say more. You'll be able to figure it out, I think. Oh, we missed. Now I should mention, you can grapple inside the you can grapple the bottom of the Cyclops to get yourself up there with the grappling hook if you need to. But yeah. Let's see. Get some marble melons. There we go. I guess I'll take another marble melon. And let's cut that one up. This is pretty much a continuous food source for us. Could drink that water, or I could, well, let's listen to the radio.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
Destroyed. Mode. Patrol. New targets unaccounted for. 1.
That really does not sound good, man. That crazy voice thing. But what it actually is the warpers. They're basically broadcasting their progress on hunting anything infected down, and unaccounted for. I'm in here. I'm right in front of you. Hey, buddy. Thankfully, though they can warp you out of the prawn suit and out of the sea moth, they cannot do that for the Cyclops. You're safe inside your Cyclops. Apparently they can even grab you through base walls sometimes. I had that happen to me when I was... it could have been a glitch where the walls weren't like actually acting as walls. I don't know. But one time I was inside of that 500-meter Degassi habitat, and every time I went inside, a warper would just teleport me right the heck out of the building. Like his little warpy ball that he launches would go through the walls and get me inside the building, which was really annoying. And I'm assuming that was more of a glitch than intentional, but yeah, definitely frustrating. I almost couldn't even finish exploring the base. I had to go smack him with a knife a couple of times to get him to leave. But, okay, so this giant skeleton here, in the middle of this room, very close to the conveniently close to the damaged little thing over there. This giant skeleton is sitting here because... Wait for it. This sea dragon here has suffered some serious head trauma. Oh, and it seems that this facility over here was attacked by a leviathan. How interesting. Yeah, so, in case you can't put it together yet, that sea dragon rammed the, headbutted basically the research facility because it had one of its eggs inside, and the sea dragon was trying to get its egg back. And then it died out here. So that's what happened to the research facility there. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. We need to go back. Well, there is one more thing in the Lost River that is kind of cool. It's not necessary to see, but it's cool. So we'll go ahead and turn around and try to go take a look at that. And it involves going back up towards the Degassi habitat. So if you remember from last episode when we went over there, I said there was a fork in the road, there was left and right. We went left, we did not go right in that path. We're about to go find out what is over there if you would have gone to the right of that path. And we're already starting to see something here. Oh, another radio message. Let's take a listen to that while we're on our way.
Terrain scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized remains.
I think the PDA just cut off the other one before it was done. So let's try to fix that. Maybe not. I guess that's it. Okay. Well, anyways. Yeah, so there's these giant, like, ribcage-esque bones. And if you thought those were big... But wait! There's more! Yeah, there's even bigger ones. And in this area also... Eels. Eels, wait for it. Where is it? Wait for it. Oh, there's more bones loading in. Somewhere in here is another ghost leviathan. Now this is another part of the Lost River where I could see somebody getting lost fairly easily. Because there's a lot happening in here. So it wouldn't be really surprising if someone got lost in here. But, you know. Still, you do have a compass and tons of waypoints and beacons all over the place to help you out. You know, there's times in this game where I wish there was a map, and then there's plenty of other times where I appreciate that there isn't a map, because I spend a lot more time looking at things and knowing where I'm going that way. Far Cry 5 kind of achieved the same thing for me anyways, because I found myself, without, you know, a mini-map, I found myself actually looking at where I was going rather than staring at a little box in the corner. So, let's see here. There is, I thought there was a ghost leviathan in here. Jeez, maybe not. So this giant skeleton here. Ah, there's what I was looking for. There's the ghost leviathan. Let's play decoy, silent running. Let's go this way. Ow. Hey, go after the decoy, you jerk. So this giant skeleton, you could pretty much fit the Cyclops inside of this thing if you really wanted to, is the attraction of choice here. Why are you still mad at me? Go away, dude. Silent running and a decoy. Yeah. I know, I have a repair tool there as well. Okay, so you can actually scan this thing, and I want to. Okay, there's that. Now, while I'm outside here, let's go ahead. Don't come after me. Try to repair this real quick. Here he comes. Maybe not. Okay. Nope, we're good. Okay. Where's the other piece of damage? Nope, he's good. Is he playing with the decoy? Where's the decoy? Oh yeah, he's playing with the decoy up there. Perfect. Decoy tube upgrade, not necessary, but very helpful, because now I can launch 4 more decoys before I have to worry about reloading them. Still in silent running here. We have fixed the damage. let's try to sneak away here. Yep, nice and easy. In fact, you know what I should do is also go slower. I forgot about that. Ow. Do you mind? Is it him again? I think it's him again. Keel, conning tower. It was him again. Did my decoy expire? Decoy might have expired. Anyways, so I think it's up that way. Yeah, so if we had taken a right on that path I talked about last time, we would end up right there. So that's, like I said, there are basically 2 entrances into the Lost River, and those are the main 2. I think the other one is easier because you only have to go through 1 Ghost Leviathan, and, well, I suppose you only have to go through 1 either way, but I feel like the other one is easier to avoid than this one. You notice this one is giving us some problems here, and we'd have to go right by it if we came this way. The other one we didn't even see on the way in, so I feel like the other way is easier. It's also easier to get through, in my opinion, but yeah. Okay, I think we're clear of him, so I'm going to disable silent running because it's using a lot of power, and we're going to go up to medium speed again. Standard speed, as they say. And let's get back in our camera suite here, go back to the screw, make sure I'm not going to scrape the tail on something. And there we go. So, we're going to head back to the giant room with the sea dragon skull. And, oh, you know what? I didn't even pull up, hang on, let's pull up the PDA data for the gargantuan fossil. Extinct super predator, its sheer size would prohibit it from entering such an enclosed space, suggesting the geography of the planet has shifted around it over time. A true apex predator. 3 million years old. Rib cage measurements suggest it was eel-like in structure. Only the front third of the specimen yeah, remains enough to support a vibrant microcosm of life, and there are a series of precise angular indentations on the rib cage suggesting a third party has taken samples from the specimen at a previous time. Probably the aliens. So, I'm going to head back to that center room with the sea dragon skull. In fact, we're here, and this is where we will pick up next time in Subnautica. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. I got stuck again. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next episode.